Okay, so I have my first setup right here. My usual setup, my hybrid preview setup. Instead of shooty slashy, it's going to be shooty stabby this time. So most things remain unchanged. We have the Bellatrix hat for the hide. We have the new Armada Leader's uniform. The juju and stats are really nice. In my opinion, this robe is good for melee and range privys. So this is really nice to have in general. We're still rocking the word trash boost for the X-Rank of Storm. And the pet actually changed a little bit. Instead of my other hybrid pet, we're gonna have this one. So I gain a rank of Rippos, and I'll still have tap two because I have this weapon now. I have the Fool's in-game doing set, gets a rank of Rippos and double tap. We're still working the path to Saint Rex. There's a level 75 version, but I don't really care about it. It's only one extra point towards all these stats, so you know. But Baba Manchu, really nice totem. I've wanted to run this for a while. Now that I have repel free naturally, I finally can, so that's really nice. And of course, we still have Cerberus Collar for the chains. And we have the Brain Thief Ring for the fort and the big guns. Now I actually have a somewhat different setup. Not too different. It's the Stabby Staffy setup, I believe. This is really just used as an alternative. Just in case I have enemies that counter my shooty stabby setup, and I can instead use Witch Epics. So we have the Fool's in-game Mage Arms that grant repos, Mojo Rising, and I also have my pet right here. I wish I got Mojo Echo instead of Elusive, but it's still pretty good. I'm working on the pet still. And instead of this ring, you could always run the Gilded Ring of the Mage for an extra rank in Mojo Echo, so you can attack more. Alright, so my setup here remains unchanged for the most part. We have the Temple Guardian's hat, still the same. We have the Spoils of Gillies for the Fortress. Still have the Temple Guardian's boots. We still have the same pet. Still have the same weapon. I don't really care about the level 75 Feeding Frenzy weapon right now. I'll probably try to get that later, but not anytime soon, really. We still rocking Second Chance Free with the same as both Stripes, Pet, and the Totem, Anime Totem. We still have the classic W Power, and this time we actually switched rings. So if I want another fort, I could just switch back to same as Gold Ring. But I found that hides are definitely very useful, especially on melee classes. Alright, now I have my repel free Whole 5 sub right here. I've been running this up for over a year, but of course, with the new gear being introduced, I can finally run it in an even better sense now. So we're still rocking the Sewer King's hat. This can be replaced with the Try Chorus hat if you ever want to run in a team, or if you just want choruses instead. Instead of the chorus robe, this time I have the Armada General's uniform. I mainly have this so I can run cheap shot free. I'm experimenting with it, and so far, it's a little useful. But this setup is mostly meant to counter melee enemies, more specifically squashes, buccaneers, people like them. So this is really good to keep enemies in place, especially when it comes to me having to be the center of attention. That's what the setup is mainly for, just to be the center of attention, just to keep enemies focused on me. We have the Armada General shoes, rank of Merciless, and a full stop is really nice. Like the extra stun, really good. Merciless for an extra hit. We have my same pet, Repel, Hold, Relentless, Repose. Same pet as usual. Now the weapon we have is Kane's Endgame Smasher. The Hold and Repel, really good. I originally wanted to run the Anchor Taker. The Anchor Taker was something I always wanted to run, but unfortunately, I was going to use a Queen's Protective piece, but when I equip this on the Buccaneer, the Hold and Repel priority, it gets really weird, no matter what I do. So unfortunately, I can't fix that. And if I could run this, this would be taking the Smasher's place. So it is really fortunate that I did get the endgame Smasher if I wasn't going for it. So yeah. We still have the Patch of St. Fido. Nothing really changed here. We have the Koi of Cocoa for an extra fortress. And we have the Class of the Morning Queen. The Absorb and Revive are really good for this, I think. And we have the Gilded Ring of the Leader for an extra fortress and yet another rank of repel borders. Alright, now this character, as usual, only has one setup. This is the only character who has one setup. Really because I don't plan on running hybrid on this character. So, we have the Armada Mage's hat. The big guns race spell really nice. We have the Armada Mage's uniform. The stats, Motion Rising, and Super Strike, all really nice. And instead of the Mojo Rising boots, we now have the Corrupted Wuxi sandals for the extra Mojo Storm and Jobu's Embrace. So I still won't be falling behind on AoEs. The pet remains unchanged. It's still my Mojo Rising Ready Spell Elusive Witch Hunter pet. I don't really plan on changing it anytime soon. We still have Sentinel Staff. The range, in my opinion, too good to give up, and the summon is also really good. We're still rocking the patch of St. Rex for the stats and spell power. We still have Marshal's Medallion for the Valor's Armor. And Charm actually received an upgrade. So instead of the Spirit Walker's Charm, we're going to go ahead and rock the Class of the Morning Queen. The extra spell power, Valor's Armor, and Revive, really, really good on a witch. Really good. And of course, we have Simet's Gold Ring right here for a rank of Hold the Line, which I don't care about that much, but it can come in handy. And we do have Valor's Fortress. So yes, you will still see that I don't run knockback epics. Alright, now we have this character right here. We're going to go ahead and look at our hybrid setup first. So we have the Armada Enigma's hat, the Fortress, and the stats are really good. I don't care too much about the Riposte epic in this setup, but, you know, I still run it for the fort and stats. We have the Armada Enigma's uniform. The Revive and stats, really good. Hold the Line is also pretty handy for when enemies come towards me, or when I switch to my pure stabby setup, which you'll see in a little bit. I have the Shoes of Fondness right here, so I have extra fort, bit of dodge, bit of weapon power, so I will have 2 forts on this setup. We have a full chain pet right here. Kraken Slammet, Cloud Spirit, Sandstorm, Double Tap, Blade Storm, Burst Fire, and Relentless. We have the Deacon's Endgame Doing set, so we can get with replacing the trash boots with something else. We have the Simet's Dashing Stripes, because this is still a really good eye patch. Really, really good. Instead of the banner, I have Walking Darkness and Assassin's Strike on this totem. We have the Class of the Vigil Queen. So, extra hides can't hurt. Especially on a Swashbuckler. That cannot hurt. And we have the Drakeclaw Ring. Now, if you don't have the Drakeclaw Ring, don't fret. If you have the Kraken's Breath set, you can always use this as well. But if you want to keep full chains or at least Blade Storm 2, you're going to have to go back to the trash boots. So yeah, I'm sorry to say about that. Now, most things in this setup stay relatively the same. Not too much changes around here. But basically, now we have my Pure Swash setup. My repel-free, hold-free setup. So, still the same things. We have the same old hat, same old robe, same old boots. The pet changed. So, we have Hold the Line, Repel, an extra record repulse, and elusive. I don't really care about not having Relentless 2. This setup is mainly used to utilize repulse and dodge buffs and accuracy buffs. This is really what the setup is mainly for. It's mainly a defense setup, so that's why I don't really care about this setup, not having Relentless 2 at least. We have the Stormbearer Stabbers. If you don't have these, of course, you can always run the boarding knives, but you'll have to go ahead and get the Gilded Ring of the Leader if you want to go ahead and get away with that. But that also means you lose the spirit. But I don't know if we necessarily need a spirit for the setup. I just run it because it's pretty good. It's a pretty good ring. So we're still rocking our Dashing Stripes. We have the Queen's Protective Piece. This time it actually works on this character. So Hold will proc first, then Repel will proc first. Thank God. I don't know what's up with it on a Buccaneer or Privateer, but yeah, it is good to know that it at least does work on a Swashbuckler. We're still rocking the Class of the Vengeful Queen, and we're still rocking the Drakeclaw Ring. Now I have one more setup I want to go ahead and show you. So first we're going to go ahead and go to my wheelbase Musketeer setup. We're still rocking the Anubis Underworld hat, Cockroos outfit, Underworld Warriors boots. This is my pet. This is my cement motion shooter. We're rocking Patch of the Deadeye because a Juju can't hurt. And it's not like I'm really running anything else I grade in a moment. I would watch him array spell 5s anyway. So you know. We have the silver trinket right here. You can also run the vigilant piece from Tybalt, but you don't have to if you already have this. I have a right hand charm here and a ring of Hakuis. This is really mainly for a team setting. This isn't for solo because I don't think Will-Based Musk really is viable in terms of soloing, of course. Like, you might as well just go Agility Musk at that point. I can also utilize Mojo Echo too if I wanted. I could just go ahead and switch to the Gilded Ring and the Mage. I can go ahead and switch to this pet right here, and I can get rid of this for this right here. So I would have Double Tap 5, Mojo Rising 3, Mojo Echo 2, which would make this a full-out chaining setup. Well, of course, if you have the endgame Magic Blaster. Can't forget about that. Alright, now for my agility setup, not much has changed here, of course, but we're still rocking a Narga campaign hat. We have the Renshiro Spinery. We have the Revolutionaries boots. We have my pet right here, True Grit, Burst Fire, Double Tap, Overwatch. I still have my Haywire Thunder Rifle because, in my opinion, the range is just too good to give up. And I really love the Sniper Shot and Haywire Shot. Really handy to have. And I'm not really planning on running Overwatch 5 or True Grit 5 or whatever people are running with the Deacon's in-game blasters. So, we also have the Sinbad's Gallant Stripes for the extra Sniper Shot. Why not? We have the Fuser's Perseal Stone. We also have the Brisciani chain. So instead of Cerberus collar, I went ahead and switched to this chain right here. And instead of the Brisciani loop, I switched to the Silver Ring and the Emissary. So I can still keep a rank at double tap, and I gain even more accuracy, as well as a sniper shot.